All right, it looks like we're live. Are we live?
Yes.
Yes, we are live. All right, welcome everyone. I am so excited. Welcome to the Help Me Rhonda show. This is Rhonda Swan, your hostess of the mostest, where we talk about building and creating sexy brands and turning them into profit-making machines, right? I work with entrepreneurs and professionals and those that have a gift. They have art inside of their heart that they want to get out. And I help them pull that story out, package up, productize their knowledge, and share it with the world. And on my Help Me Rhonda show live, I love to bring stories, other brands that have so much purpose in what they are doing in their life now. And I love to tap in to find out what was the story behind this sexy brand. And today is a really special show. I've got an incredible human being that I absolutely adore and love. And I love this person so much. You guys are seeing him up here. His name is Ryan Smith. I'll officially introduce him in a moment. But I met Ryan. I met you back last October, wasn't it, in Orlando?
Yes.
And I learned about your story, and we had the pleasure and the honor of being able to film your story, and that's going to be coming out really, really soon. And to learn about what you're doing, I thought, wow, you know, this is what a true sexy brand's about. It's about someone that goes through times in their life, they get really super clear. Typically, the shitstorm falls right in their lap, and they've got to deal with it. And then you start realizing that you're worthy and you're valued. And then you make a difference in your life. And sure enough, you realize I can help other people. And to me, that is the epitome of what a sexy brand is. And so I'm really excited to have Ryan Smith, but he's really called Rhino, who's the creator and founder of not only Keto Fit company, but also his challenge, Keto Cut Challenge. And he works with men and women on how to just clear their mind and get back to their body, and utilizes keto and his methodology behind helping you guys get there. So I am not going to waste any time. Rhino, what is happening with you all the way over there in Florida? How are you this evening for you, morning for me? What's up, my man?
Man, I'm doing great. Just came in from a 3-mile walk, probably 20 minutes before we came on air. So I feel good. The endorphins are high. Energy's great. I'm glad to be here.
Yeah, right on. I absolutely love your story. And I know there's a lot of people here. And by the way, everyone, if you've never met Rhino, you know, listen and lean in, because you're going to be really inspired by the story. But more importantly, if you do know Rhino, give him some love. Let us know in the comments below where you come from. And anytime during this show, if you hear something or feel something that moves you to say, yes, amen, or unstoppable, fuck yeah, I got this, right? Say it in the comments, because I tell you, we know energy begets energy. And when you get excited or someone drops something that inspires you or you relate to it, let others know, right? This is also, as you guys know, everything I say, I'm teaching you something if you're all about business. This is also helps the algorithms on Facebook. Okay, let's just get real. Right? We love to give each other love, but this is also about giving love on Facebook so the algorithms work. All right, there's my lesson for the morning until I start listening to Rhino. All right, Rhino, so cool, man. I love this. And I know a lot of people here that do know you know a bit about your story, but I'd love for others to hear, like, where you came from, like what went on for you in your life, and where were you until you made this big decision? You had this call to say, I need to help others. And, you know, because you helped yourself. You be open to sharing a bit of that?
Absolutely. I'd love to. Yeah,
Nice.
I mean, my story is fairly simple. And the reality is it's like a lot of men's in this country. You know, men by nature are insecure, low self-esteem. We hide behind these masks of images, you know, to portray a certain position or power or whatever it may be. And it creates such a toxic environment internally that we are constantly looking for some sort of sedation or solution or hiding place. And that was me. You know, I struggled in the 90s with alcohol and drugs to a degree, got sober in 2000. And over the last 19 years, I've had 3 relapses, the last one being almost 3 years ago, but each of them spawned out of a season of what felt like unworthiness or being unlovable, unacceptable, not fitting in. And so when I decided on September the 19th, 2016 to turn everything in my life around, I sat down at 7:33 a.m. in the morning, depressed, extremely insecure, unstable, massive amounts of low self-esteem, despising the man in the mirror. And I had what most men need to have in order to turn it around. I had a conversation with myself in the mirror in our hallway bathroom. And I decided that morning that I was going to create a blueprint to literally turn everything in my life around. And I called it All In for Life Change. And over the next 60 days, I started to journal and write and create what is now a strategy, a game plan of how I turn my life around, with nutrition and fitness being a staple of that, because most people know heart health is number one, but next to heart health is gut health. And so everything that we eat or drink processed through our stomach, and 85% of how we look and feel is derived by what we eat.
Can I stop you really quick?
Sure.
I want to lean into this because you're saying so many profound reflections. And I know anyone here that's watching the show, I mean, you're revealing a lot about yourself, but also about probably what does happen to more than 80-90% of men, right? And even women, of course, but we're talking about you, is that when we look at ourselves and think, I'm just not worthy, and we're self-sabotaging all of the greatness that we are a gift, right? We were brought to this world because we are a gift. And what happens to us? Like, what do you think happened in those moments where you started to feel like you were less? Is it because of the, societal pressures you have, like to be a man, and you took that on? Because this is so real that I think it happens to so many more people in the world, that if we can start exposing and making more people aware, we can begin to change.
In my personal experience, and I'm speaking from my experience as a man and many other men I've worked with, it's all rooted in four emotions: pride and ego, bitterness, and resentment. And those four kind of comprise what I call the 4 horsemen of devastation. And it's inside each of those where we create these stories or these facades that we feel like we have to live up to, when in reality, it's not only just men, but it's women as well. Every single person on this planet struggles with something every single day. And I determined in my own mind that morning that I was going to start to love the man in the mirror. And that's what I said. That's what I said to myself. My conversation with myself in the mirror was specifically this. I looked myself in the eyes and I spoke audibly to myself, and I said, Ryan, you are loved. Your life is completely full of hope, and you're extremely valuable. And as I started to process that, there were other thoughts and emotions that came to me, but what happened next was literally the turning point for all of it. And everybody that owns their successes and failures will understand what I mean when I say this. But the moment that I owned my own life, that I owned my failures, my successes, I said to myself, everything in your life up to this point, success or failure, is your fault. It is no one else's fault but yours. But everything in your life right now is completely fixable. You can turn it around, but it's a process and it will take time. And that's the conversation that I had with myself. And I started that day, and over the next 2 months, built a plan, which the 21-day keto cut eventually came out of that, because I knew I had to fix my health. I was 80 pounds overweight, high blood pressure, borderline type 2 diabetic, high triglycerides, high cholesterol. And my doctor told me on a checkup, he said, you're 39 years old. If you don't change something, you're going to have a heart attack by the time you're 45.
Wow.
That's sobering.
So this is this is that moment, that altar call. Like, look, you got to do something. But the greatest thing I love about this, and everyone, you're getting a lot of love here, and in our live stream. If you're watching on the podcast, join us also on the live stream. You're going to absolutely love seeing the stories and the people that are part of it. But you had a conversation with yourself, and Rhino, you just said something that I'm just like, wow, this is the real movement. It's the love the man in the mirror movement. Keto is an outcome of you loving the man in the mirror. And, I know how many people are struggling with this type of thing, and just to be able to look at yourself and get really very real. And what I love the most too is that you said it's all fixable.
That's right.
Anything that goes on is fixable, isn't it? That
right.
we could be a jerk today, and it's the greatest thing about life. And then just be a happy guy tomorrow. We actually can choose. And I think that most people don't know in the world that we actually have a choice.
We do have a choice. And I know you're very familiar with Jim Rohn. I've heard you quote him numerous times, but two of his most famous quotes is, the first one is, if you want your life to change, you're going to have to change. And in that moment, I decided that I was going to change, and I was going to do whatever I had to do to change. I was refusing to live my life like that anymore. I was not going to be, I felt like a beat down, defeated, insecure, unstable, unworthy, unlovable man. And I was sick and tired of living that way.
And then did it snap? What was the process?
In that moment, yes. That mindset shift in that moment was an extremely strong, tidal wave that literally propelled me. But over the next 60 days, from September the 19th until November the 19th, I went on what I look back on now as the most profound spiritual journey I've ever went on. I literally started saturating my mind and heart with nothing but motivation. Dwayne Dyer, Jim Rohn, Les Brown, Tony Robbins, Stephen Furtick. All of these, these inspirational people. I stopped listening to the radio, and I just started saturating my mind with stuff that was helping me and edifying me. And I started seeing it. I know that may sound hokey, but this vision started just dancing around in my head. And I was explaining to a friend today, because she asked me, she was like, well, what was it like? And I said, it was just like, I started writing, journaling, all my thoughts, just everything. All my insecurities, all my doubts, fears, what I did like about myself. And I started what literally would become the blueprint for my life change. I didn't see it at the time, but now that I reflect back on it and I look at it in my 21-day keto cut, this new plan that I'm working on, a 30-day boot camp to take men through a process of what I did over 60 days to compress time into 30, that I want to launch next month on how to take men that are struggling like I struggled and open up my heart to them. One of my most favorite sayings is, I get up each day. My number one goal is to find somebody that will stand still and listen to me. Just give me an opportunity to talk, and I will share my story. And here's the three things that I seek to do each day to impart into any man that will listen, that regardless of his past, his current situation, circumstance, whatever it may be, that he is loved, he is full of hope, and his life is of extreme value. and I'm willing to literally rip open my chest cavity and pour everything out on the floor for them to see it, because I got the revelation that in the midst of my struggle, in the darkness, in all of the pain and suffering, was the greatest gift that I'd ever been given. And that was just this overwhelming sense of hope and power and certainty of what my purpose on earth was. And when you can step into that, not only as a man, but as a human, I mean, you'll change the world. Your sound, Rhonda.
Yeah.
All right, there we go. I got you.
Thank you. It's so powerful for me to not be able to reply right away. You've just really touched my heart, because I know, you know, we get so heavy about talking about business and talking about, you know, strategies, but everything has to come from some depth of the story of what brought you to the moment that said, I'm going to change someone's life with my work, and I'm going to turn it into something so valuable. Because what you just did right there, you've just cracked open everyone's just cracked everyone's heart right now. And there's gonna be thousands of people watching this. It's not just an inspiration, it's because you actually saw it and you took action on it, and then you created a plan. I think that's the biggest thing, you know, is knowing now if I want to get to this point, I got to create a plan. And so then what you decided to do, so you decided to utilize keto, you know, just the strategy behind, you know, the way you ate, the way you thought, the way you looked at yourself every day. Can you share a bit about that? Because I know a lot of people are really excited about that. But, you know, there's a lot of, you know, buzzwords, right? Before it was paleo, then now it's keto, and it used to be this and this. But you took on this methodology with your own and wrapped your heart around it. And that's what I'm really excited to hear about. How did that come from, and why was it keto, and what did that do for you? Not only on the weight side, but on the mindset side, on the complete life cycle side, because that's what I really want to hear about.
Absolutely. My experience with keto actually goes back to 1999 into 2000, when I competed in my first bodybuilding show, and I would utilize, you know, what was then known as, you know, like the Atkins diet or a high fat diet. I would utilize it for 6, 7, 8 weeks to slash body fat real quick. But, you know, looking back on it, keto has evolved so much over the years. And when I decided to turn things in my life around, I had been diagnosed with GERD, which is the worst form of acid reflux there is. And I knew reducing carbohydrate intake helps with acid reflux and heartburn. And so I started on a keto diet on July the 1st of that year. 12 days later, I implemented intermittent fasting. And as passionate as I am about keto, intermittent fasting is the game changer. I mean, that is literally that's the silver bullet that will take anybody's life from a physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual state and literally catapult you into the next dimension, because it creates such a level of discipline mentally and emotionally. Like today, you know, I wrapped up a fast today. I ate for 4 hours. Now I'm fasting again, and I'm going to fast for 24 hours. And so I built the plan for me specifically to reduce acid reflux and heartburn. I mean, that was literally what I was doing. In the process, over 5 months, I lost 80 pounds, got off all prescription medication, and literally just changed everything inside my nutrition and fitness life. And when I was through, at least through, you know, through Thanksgiving of that year, I remember sitting down thinking, you know, I mean, I need to share this with other people. I need to share the opportunity to change your life with other people. I think I lost you.
She'll be back.
Is everyone back? Yeah, I'm good. I'm back.
Yeah.
Keep going.
Yep.
It's all good.
And so at that point,
Can you
I
hear me?
started. Yes, I can hear you.
Okay,
Yeah,
I don't
I hear you.
I don't see your picture anymore. I don't see your video.
I see you.
Your internet connection, Rhonda. You're popping in and out.
It's mine. Okay. Yeah, there he is. Okay, we're good. We're good. Keep moving. Larcy's here. Keep going. I'll be back. I'll make sure my internet works.
Okay. And so I sat down and I decided I was going to start researching keto and intermittent fasting. And so I literally just did a deep dive into keto, fasting, and all things current through case studies, medical journals, institutions, whatever it may be, YouTube videos. And I just saturated my mind with modern keto from a medical perspective. I mean, my plan is built off of case studies. The ebook that I wrote on 10 ways to preserve muscle and build muscle on keto is based off of 10 case studies. I mean, it's all backed by science, and it's life-changing. I mean, I can say with the utmost confidence, and I told this to a guy tonight, the only way my plan doesn't work for you is if you simply don't do it.
All right, I love this so much. What I want you to do, please, if you guys can still hear me, I feel like I'm on low resolution. Something's going on. We have a monsoon coming over here, apparently. Can you hear me clearly now, or am I cutting out?
Yeah, no, I hear you. I hear you.
Excellent. Okay, good.
Yeah.
Okay, I absolutely love this more than ever, okay? Because you literally picked up something that enlightened and just took your body over. Now, and it's based on science. And I tell you, this is what people are asking for. They're like, look, they want to know the realness behind the strategies, right? Not just this hype, hey, we're doing keto. You're doing keto because you know it works and it's backed by science. Will you share a bit about the challenge and what you're doing? Because what he's doing, guys, and I know this, Ryan's a personal client of mine, actually, and I'm helping him, relaunch and get his word out bigger. But what he's created is absolutely powerful, and the transformation in the lives and the stories that we keep seeing are remarkable. And you share a bit about the challenge, and then anyone that wants to join it, seriously, I know he's going to be shutting it down. It's crazy because it's under $100, which doesn't even make sense, because he really just wants you guys to get the material. So share with me about what the challenge is, Rhino, and then we can allow others to ask some questions.
Okay. It's a 21-day challenge, and the 21 days is rooted in psychology. It's rooted in habit creation around a mindset shift. And so it takes 21 days to break old habits, 21 days to create new habits. And so my vision inside the 21-day challenge is to reframe someone's mind with their relationship with food, because most Americans, considering we're at a 77% obesity rate, has a very unhealthy relationship with food. It's rooted in emotion. We overeat, and we even overeat healthy food. And so I take someone from what's called current reality, and it's right here. It's your current reality, which is broke. It's not working, to their future reality, which is the best version of themselves inside their nutrition and fitness. 21 days. It's forced fasting over 21 days with feeding windows that consist of a ketogenic meal plan. Everything's detailed. The food lists, the 21-day calendar, the workouts, the recipe for the staging drink, information on keto and fasting. And then you also get access to a private Facebook group, which is huge for accountability and support, because there's 3 reasons why people fail at a process like this. Is 1, they're not fully committed. 2, they don't have a strategic plan of attack. And 3, they're not held accountable. And so I handle all 3 of those inside this one program to teach someone how to radically change their relationship with food. And I always tell people this: I mean, I had a guy message me today. He's down 36 pounds in like 41 days. And and I said, man, I'm so proud of you. And I said, you thought you were coming to me to lose weight, when in reality, I was coming to you to help you completely change your life and change your perception of who you are. Because the moment I can get someone to literally change their perception of who they are and love the person in the mirror, there's nothing about their life that we cannot radically change.
I love this. It's so amazing how congruent everything is, even in business, right? It's the same thing that I do with our clients. Like, if you can see how amazing you are, you can make a change or create change in other people's lives. And it's absolutely incredible. Can you share with them how to find, we'll put the link down below, because some people are even in this group when I want to be part of this. I want to share it. Can women also join?
Yes, women can also join. The program is built for men and women. It's built for anybody that really needs to lose anywhere from 20 to 100 plus pounds. I mean, I've just recently posted a testimonial of a guy that I went to high school with that's lost over 120 pounds in 5 months. I mean, we've got several that have lost 70, 80 pounds just this year. Women that have lost, upwards of 35, 40, and 45. And understand this, for a middle-aged woman to drop 40 pounds is so profound, because men can lose weight faster and more effectively than women. For a woman to drop 40 pounds in 4 months, 5 months is astounding. And I've got several clients that have done that. But yes, men and women, doesn't matter. 10 pounds, 20 pounds, 100 pounds. We'll change your life if you'll commit.
Absolutely. I love that. So I'm hoping that my internet is staying clear for you guys, because this is really a story that is like a complete story that brings you all the way through not only the triumph, but now someone that is willing to help other people's lives with what they've gone through. And I tell you, we intermittent fast, it's totally changed the way my mind is, how I work every day. And I'm excited to actually take the Keto Fit Challenge. So I want to invite our audience that's here. A lot of people are taking our challenge that we run for developing your business and sharing your message. But what if we all also took the Keto Cut Challenge? What if we all did that together? So we're not only building our business at the same time, but we're also building our bodies. Join in on the Keto Cut Challenge, it's a 21-day program that Rhino's put together to not only clear your mind, clear your head, but get your body back into space and the control that you deserve to have, so that you can be completely unstoppable, right? That's why we're here. We're here to not only make a difference in the world, but to know that we're worthy, and look at ourselves in the mirror and know that we deserve so much. And it's really taking a perspective change on not only what creating so much goodness in the world, extremely inspired. I want to make sure that they know how to find you and how to join in on your challenge.
Yes, the web link is ketocutchallenge.com. I actually have a one link that has several links in it. It's the top one. On that link says join now, 21-day keto cut life change. And I want to touch on one thing you just said about intermittent fasting. One of the doctors that I follow heavily on Twitter and YouTube, one of his most famous quotes is food and drink. If we can discipline ourselves with food and drink, there is literally nothing in this world that we can't accomplish. It is the single biggest temptation that we struggle with as humans, because so much is defined socially, by eating and drinking. And so disciplining yourself with a fork and a spoon, not only will change your life physically, but it will turn your mind into a complete weapon.
Wow. I love this. This is powerful stuff. Who's feeling this right now, listening to Rhino, and is getting inspired not only of what is possible, but maybe the stories that we've been telling ourselves, right? That we can't have it, or maybe we can't have the body or the life that we want because we have to work too hard. I think that's all garbage, right? I'm calling bullshit on all of that. And we've got some really powerful statements that are coming through here today, Rhino. And you've just really inspired the masses today. So many people, like we've got Sherry, her husband lost 72 pounds, right? Like this is powerful stuff. And you've got just so much love coming out from this group. And so I want to really thank you for being you. Thank you for contributing back to the world and to helping other people's change lives. I believe in you, my man. You're
Yes.
making it happen. And please, again, everyone, share this with someone that you care about. Share this with someone that deserves to know the message. Know that say the link one more time. We'll put it in the comments down below as well, and they'll also be in the post.
It's ketocutchallenge.com. But
Keto
I've got it built. Yeah,
yep.
ketocutchallenge.com. And there's the link is in my, if you go on the one link, it's the very top one. It says join now, Keto Cut Challenge Life Change. I
love it. Awesome. So know where to find them. Join now because it's only, what is it, under $100 right now?
Yes, it's $97. That's, I know for at least the next 7, maybe 8 days. That's where it will be. It's going to change as we begin to move forward because there's going to be some additions and some tweaks. I'm actually working on a few things that I'm going to start implementing here soon. So yes, that price is valid for at least the next 7 to 8 days.
Awesome. So let's get on that right now because literally to change your life and to change the way you look at yourself, the way you eat for under $100, that's almost ridiculous.
I'll say this, and my sister, if she's on here, she could attest to this. You will save $97 in the first 5 days on food alone. Wow. So you'll save the money just on food alone in the first month. It's worth it, right? It's worth it. And then you teach everyone how to turn it into a lifestyle, and so that you can take your life continuing to maintain this life and keep your mind in the right place. All right, guys, Rhino, I absolutely adore you. I'm so excited to see, what comes out of this. What I love also, many of you that are watching this, you know that we have an event coming up in Orlando, Florida, where we've got a gorgeous mansion. We're bringing about 35 sexy brands and sexy minds together to not only, brainstorm, mastermind, create your sales and marketing plan so that you can explode your brand. And Rhino's going to be one of those. He's going to be sharing a story, teaching a bit, and we're going to be eating keto while we're there. Like, what should we be doing, right? Yeah. We're going to put our meal together. Actually, I didn't tell you that, but would you be open to putting together our meal plan while we're actually there at the event? Absolutely. Yes. I would be honored to.
How amazing will that be? So, for those of you that are like, "Ooh, I want to come to that event," you can get more details under swanlinks.com. We've got an event page. You can see we've got one house completely full, but now we've got a second house that we're going to be filling, and we are going to be really, truly breaking it down. And Rhino's going to be there, and I'm so excited to have just bring together a culmination of incredible humans so that we can help change the world with our sexy brand. All right, guys. Well, this is it. We're going to close of the day. Thank you, Rhino, so much for being part of the Healthy Rhonda show. Again, love, like, and share this. And I'm going to leave you guys with this one thing. If you're going to create a brand, create a sexy brand. And if you're going to be anything, be unstoppable. See you guys, everyone. Same time next week. And we're going to rock the house. Bye, Rhino. Thanks, my man.
All right. Bye-bye. Thank you.